Hello everyone, it's Elizabeth here. Today I've got 5 key financial dates to share with you. If you are a budget owner or a budget tracker, then it is worth being aware of these dates. First, we have year end. The financial year end for your organisation could be aligned to the tax year. We'll come on to tax dates in a minute, but it could be something different. I've worked in organisations where the tax year has been January to December. My own company's tax year finishes on the 31st of May. Frankly, it doesn't matter what the date is as long as you know it. And the reason it's important is because money budgets tend to be set on a rolling annual basis. As you approach year end, you might have to be requesting more funds for your project or trying to spend things, otherwise you might lose the money in the next financial year. So that's the first date to be aware of. Secondly, you want to be aware of your project phase dates, because when you've got projects that are having cash released over certain time periods, you'll need to know when those phase dates are so you can be requesting money in advance of those key milestones. On a project I worked on once, we had a very large bill that was due to a third-party contracting company at a certain point when a particular delivery milestone had reached and they had completed the bulk of the work. Fine, I knew that was coming, but in terms of cash management for our finance department, they also needed to be aware so that they could make sure that money was actually in the bank to pay this large invoice, and they could put the processes in place to make sure that in the in and out account there was enough to cover this bill. So the phase dates are important, and you might need to communicate those outside of the project team. Thirdly, reporting dates. You report regularly on your project budget, but what are you expected to report when? Are you doing quarterly budgeting? Are you reporting every steering group meeting? Are you reporting at the end of every month to the PMO? Again, it doesn't really matter what the answer is, as long as you know what's expected of you and when you are expected to produce those reports. Fourthly, we've got tax dates. That's important because sometimes the rate of tax changes. I've worked on projects that have been ongoing, and then the rate of VAT changed halfway through, which was confusing for our accounts and also for my budget spreadsheet. And it's worth being aware of things that might be affecting that. So just be aware of when the tax year ends, because again, there might be financial requirements for your organisation or your finance team, and your project will need to meet those. Finally, project closure. You need to know when that is so you can tie up the budget, make sure all the final invoices have been paid, and release any money that has not been spent on the project back so that other projects and other teams can make use of it for their capital funding. All right, that's 5 dates that you need to be aware of as a project budget holder, owner, tracker, person responsible for monitoring and controlling project finances. Hopefully you found that useful. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.